So you have a budget, you want a new car, but new cars are way too expensive. So where do you go? I guess you go the budget route. And so we're here today to find out if the brand new Mahindra XUV might be your pick for the new car.
We are.
But this is just on a whole new level.
TVEC.
This is a performance car after all, so you'd expect it to be a lot more rough in terms of driving.
Reactions.
Yo!
Reviews.
Handmade engineering underneath this monster.
Messing around.
4 liters of fuel. Eugene, you're paying for this.
It's crazy. I'm not gonna have enough.
Like, comment, subscribe, enjoy.
You join us in the cabin of the new Mahindra XUV, and bro, like, you know, driving this, I'm so used to driving an old 3-cylinder car. This is so smooth and easy.
Yes,
Like,
this actually has a turbo.
this actually has
I'm
a
sure your
turbo.
Renault Clio, they just say it has a turbo on it.
It probably does to this day. I don't even know if it does have. But you know, driving it, it's so easy. The clutch is so super light. Like you could blow a kiss onto it and it would just engage and
It
go
will
inside.
engage.
So it's really easy. It's really comfortable. And yeah, you do start to see why this car is bought by, like, you know, people
Everyone.
Everyone. It is bought by
But
everyone.
mainly, Eugene was going to say, because I telepathically can communicate with him,
Yeah.
a lot of the older people, as well as younger people who are getting their first car,
Yeah.
as well as parents who are just going to fetch their kids and go to the shops and come back.
Yeah.
Because it's so easy to drive.
And if I float a little bit,
It's actually very torquey.
that is very, because it has almost 200 newtons of
Yeah,
torque.
200 newton meters of torque. To put that in comparison, Eugene's Clio
Let's not
is a
talk about that.
1.3
We
turbo
are-
as well.
It's not even 1.3.
But that's 0.9
0.9.
3-cylinder. That's what I was thinking of
It's
turbo.
900 cc's.
Yeah, and that's only 130 newtons. You can feel the 70 newtons more.
I can feel it. I can really I'm not even barely pushing the pedal and
Yeah.
already getting going.
And I have to say, for the basest base of base cars,
It's actually
which
very
this
good.
is,
It's very
it's
good.
actually so comfortable and so space. My legs are as far. I have to do this to reach the back.
Yeah.
And that's with at least a hand space in the back over there when there's passengers in the back.
And overall, the comfort of it is very good. It feels actually very German-esque. in a
Yes,
way.
esque.
Esque.
It's light.
Very
German
tight.
light.
It's very tight. It's very good.
Yeah, everything's put together quite well.
I just floated a little bit, and it's crazy just how a bigger engine capacity can make a difference in a 3-cylinder.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but
And I have to say, just in general, this car feels really well put together.
it really does.
Does it look as good as it drives?
I think it kind of does, you know.
I don't know what it is about this car.
The red.
It's really caught me.
The
yes,
red.
the red.
Yeah.
We've been on a roll with reds.
Many
Mazda,
reds.
MG, now Mahindra. And they're all M's.
They're all M's.
So if you want a good red car,
Yeah.
make sure the name of the brand starts with an M.
Yeah.
Because it really captures you.
Yeah, it does.
It brings your soul into the car straight away.
And this is a very different take to what Mahindra is usually known for. Like with the Buckies, the SUVs.
Yeah.
This is like their first CUV.
Well, they had the KUV. I think that's what it's called. We'll
yeah.
double check it.
Yeah.
But this, in my eyes, is a lot more premium looking than that car.
It does.
It's going to capture the market in a much better way than just an affordable car. Because even though this is super cheap, coming in at under $4,000 per month, brand new warranty and all,
Yeah.
and this is the base of the base. This is as low a trim as you can go, so it can only get better from here, which
honestly
is
can.
phenomenal.
And especially with this front fascia over here, it looks very premium looking.
Yes, to me it looks like spider fangs.
Spider fangs.
It looks like somewhat aggressive,
Yeah, it does.
which is quite cool. And it's got obviously this big bolstering on the top here.
on an economy car. It's
on an
crazy.
economy car, but it's cool.
It is cool.
Obviously, your outer pieces here on the sides, like every little crossover is doing to make it look a little bit more rugged. Then coming to the actual side of the car, it's actually got quite a nice side design. It looks really robust.
It does, because it's a compact CUV.
Yes, it looks like it was cut out, not like slowly shaped. It looked like it was cut out and made with a purpose,
They
which I
carved
really
it
like.
out and they made it, you know, be what it is right now.
I mean, you've got some really nice front arches, and if I was to walk over here, you've got a nice rear arch here as well.
Yeah.
And then the back is really, really nice as well. I quite like that big bar design, even though it's not a full light bar, but you don't need a full light bar. but it actually looks quite cool. It's like a snazzy looking car.
It does. And honestly, the one thing we also like is that they also have LEDs.
Yes, exactly.
They are-
LEDs as standard on the base model.
Yeah, like in comparison to something like the Exter or the Swift, I'd take this over both of them.
To be honest,
I'll take
definitely.
this just by how it looks, because
Especially after our first segment of driving.
yeah.
Okay guys, I just want to say a big thank you to Mahindra Edenvale, and I need you guys to overlook this amazing red and see where you can get their contact details here if you want to go for a test drive or even buy the new XUV 3X0. Now what we'll do is leave our email in the description as well if you want to get in contact with us to get through to them, or on top of that you'll have their brochure as well as their contact details down below too. But on top of that, I want you guys to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it to all of your family members, even the cousins you don't talk to, because we're trying to hit 15,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and when we do, we have 1,000 horsepower supercar. Roll on with the video. Okay, so now I am in the car,
Now, how does it feel in your
and it is in sport, so you can actually hear a bit of turbo noise now, and the car actually reacts quite quickly.
It does.
Now, it took us quite a while to find the sport button,
Yeah,
because it is
a steering wheel with a left arrow button.
yeah,
I don't know
and we
what
kind of
that
just
is.
pressed it to make sure it was that.
Yeah,
Now obviously we are world-class journalists, but
course.
you know,
of course.
so but once it's in sport, the engine's actually a lot more torquey. It's really nice, but at the same time, it doesn't ruin the comfort of the car.
It's still very smooth. Like even in the passenger seat, as I sit here, it's still very smooth.
Yeah,
It's still very smooth. Over some bumps and undulations, I elaborated that when I was driving. It's still very good.
And-
it doesn't really change up much.
and the seats are comfortable. You can see, but we're gonna roll a shot so you can see the seats properly.
Oh.
And there's a really nice design element across the dash here, on the seat, as well as on the back lights, which is really cool. They got this cool diamond design element running along the entirety of the car, whether it's inside and out. Now the displays are very easy to see. The tech's nice because it's actually really close. It's so easy to reach everything.
Like already, my hand is touching there.
Yeah. So
really good.
it's really easy to use, especially while driving as well. And the clutch is super easy.
It's so light. Like you could blow a kiss on it, as I said.
Yes, as Eugene said.
It's just so good. Like there's not really
And
bad
even-
things I could say about
Yeah,
it.
even like
Right?
this, moving it around, it actually, the suspension actually holds up quite well. It doesn't feel like you're leaning into it and gonna fall over. It feels like it was meant to be a car, not like somebody thought of making a cheap car and then just put it together.
Yeah, because we all know how the French do their cheap cars.
No.
But overall, it's still very good. Like there's not really much of complaints that we have about the dynamics of this car.
I mean, look how nice it is over some bumps, yeah?
Oh, that's so smooth.
There's
That
no
is so
noise. You can have such a good conversation with your friend or your significant other
As we
while driving. Yeah.
as we are. As
We're
you can
not
see.
the latter.
No, we're not. We're the first ones. We're the first ones.
Yes.
Yeah, but in general, I think we love it.
Yes,
We
I
love
really
these
enjoy
things.
this car, especially for the money.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested to see what a higher spec automatic must be like on the road.
Wow.
You join us in the new Mahindra, yeah.
In the interior bits, and you know it is a cheap car in here.
Well, for like, I think these are starting at 274,000.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. We'll have the full brochure down below so you can see every model range. This is the MX2 manual, so this is the cheapest possible one you can buy.
This is the base standard.
The
one.
basest base. So considering that, I have to give them a hats off.
Yeah,
I
because
have to take my hat off to them.
we have sats in the Exter and the Suzuki, and they don't feel anywhere as like upscale as this.
Yeah, this is actually quite well. Everything feels well put together. I mean,
Yeah.
look, there's barely any movement, barely any sounds. So you can see how nicely everything works. These are physical AC buttons here, and then there's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And although it's not the quickest or fastest, it is really easy to use, very ergonomic.
because you are getting a base standard car here,
Yes.
so it's not going to be the highest of the highest in forms of like Mercedes or BMW.
Indeed.
So you still get a lot of functions in here. Like if we go into all menus, you have your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto,
Bluetooth music.
Bluetooth music,
You can even have Gmail.
everything that you fancy. When last did I see a car with Gmail?
Yeah, bro.
I don't know when last I ever saw a car with Gmail. Although I don't know how smart it would be driving. And
You probably have to connect your phone, but you know, only those people who pretend that they own businesses will be on Gmail checking their emails.
Yeah, so,
People with Apple Watches.
yeah, exactly. So overall, the cabin is what the price is.
Yeah, full on.
It is.
I mean, you've got some leatherettes over here, which is quite nice.
Yeah.
Some softer plastics around here where you're going to be touching more. Even this isn't the cheapest feeling of plastics I've felt.
Actually, no.
They've like saved costs by putting these materials in, and you can get nicer materials when you move up in the range of this car. But in general, they've done what they need to do.
Yeah, they have.
This is physical. This is nice to feel. These buttons, they feel nice to click. You've got a Type-C, you've got a space to store your phone there, you've got 2 cup holders, you've got a decent size holder over here, got a lot of storage space on each side with another 2 cup holders over there. I mean, you've got a start-stop, even though this is a 6-speed manual. So it's got all you need.
Especially with the gauge cluster over there. It looks very fancy looking.
It looks like retro modern.
Very, yes,
I could
actually,
say
that would be the word I would
Like,
use, retro modern.
I really don't mind that these are a physical gauge cluster and not electronic, because this actually is very readable, easy to see. You've got all what you need over here in the small little display over there, and then other than that actually looks really nice. It's quite bright, it's not too much reflection, and it's easy to read on the road.
Yeah, so overall I guess I'll give this cabin like a 7 out of 10.
Definitely a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, so
And that's a great rating considering that this is the lowest one you can get.
Yeah.
There is still, this is the MX2, there's still an MX3, there's still an AX5, then there's an AX5 luxury, then there's an AX7 luxury after that. So this is one of 5 trims.
So overall, it's very good.
Very good. You join me in the back seat of the Mahindra XUV 3X0. And I must say, it is actually very ergonomic behind the front seats. It is really spacious. We'll put a quick B-roll so you can see what I'm doing with my knees, because right now I could be lying that it's very spacious. But in terms of headroom, there's a lot of headroom, guys. There's like 10 fingers of headroom above me. Now, I'm around that 5'7", 5'8" in height. So about your average height, you know, considered tall in many places, you know. But it's really comfortable back here. If you see, these seats are actually patterned quite nicely. Even though they're cloth, they're very, very comfortable. And you feel like you could be on a long trip in this. You don't feel claustrophobic. It is actually quite pleasant behind here. Now, you do have AC area, as well as a Type-C charger, which I'll let you know the Exter and Suzuki Swift doesn't have.
So now getting to the back space of this car, or the boot space, we do have one issue with this car. And that is the way that you have to try and find the boot latch. If you look on the exterior of this car, you will not see it at all. Like, you literally will not see it. You come underneath all the way here, feel some sort of rubbery button, press it, and then open. And so in the rain, you will get rained on and your stuff will get rained on. So that is really a stupid way to put a boot latch. So now looking inside, this has 364 liters compared to something like a Stolid Cross that has around 304 liters. But I know that these two competitors aren't really in the same segment. But compared to the Hyundai Exter, that has 391 liters. So it is a much bigger car. As you can see in here, you can fit about 4 kit bags. Like if you line them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 shelf on there if you take this off.
Okay, so now underneath the bonnet of the Mahindra, and it is actually quite a big bonnet. Now I'm gonna bring this over here so you can see how easy this car is to modify. Now, obviously I'm joking, but I mean, you can see all the components really nice. It is a 1.2 liter turbocharged 3-cylinder, making 82 kilowatts and 200 newton meters of torque as early as 1,500 RPM, which means this motor is actually really, really torquey. And we'll get to that, or we've gotten to that. I don't really know right now. But yeah, the car is quite decent. It's going to be really efficient. We're going to put up the efficiency displays here. And no matter what trim you get, you're going to get the same engine. It just might vary on whether you get a manual transmission or an auto, and both are 6 speeds.
We've come to the conclusion of this video, and overall it's a very good car. Like,
Really good car.
in the segment that it's in, compared to something like the Swift or the Exter, I think this is like that middle range.
Yes.
Of having premium quality, good driving dynamics. I think we both love that.
It's actually really good to drive.
And it has a very spacious cabin.
Yeah, and all that it has, the space inside, the cool, quirky looks. I mean, look how cool the back end looks.
It's it's very elegant looking and quirky.
And the actual decent performance of the car, as well as the economy. It's actually really efficient.
I'm very surprised by how quick this car is actually.
Yeah, it actually shows why they are now all over the road.
Yeah, exactly.
It shows why they're one of the best selling CUVs in the country. And also, again, thank you to Mahindra, Edenvale.
Yeah.
You'll see it on there. We did a segment for that.
Yeah.
And they had some really nice support towards us. So it's a really good dealership, and it shows why they are dealer of the year for 5 years in a row now.
It makes sense. It really does make sense. I will put that in the video so that you guys can actually see. They were dealer of the year, the Mahindra dealership of the year 5 years in a row.
Yes, 5 years in a row. Probably going to be 6 this year.
For good reason.
Also, another thing, great warranties on these cars.
10 years.
Brilliant warranties.
10 years. Where will we be in 10 years?
At 10 million subscribers, I'm telling you guys right now.
So if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because we have a lot more of these coming in the future. We hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.